What would Socrates say about modern life? In a world overwhelmed by technology, consumerism, and constant information, one ancient voice might still have the most important questions to ask us. Socrates. What would Socrates say about modern life? Let's find out. Socrates was a Greek philosopher who lived between 470 and 399 BCE. He wrote no books, founded no formal school, and yet he changed the course of Western thought forever. Through the writings of his students, particularly Plato, we glimpse a man who valued questions more than answers, a man who walked the street of Athens, barefoot and humble, questioning the powerful and the ordinary alike. For Socrates, the essence of life was not material wealth, political status, or fleeting pleasures. It was a relentless pursuit of wisdom. It was asking again and again, what is justice? What is virtue? What is the good life? He believed that true knowledge began with recognizing one's own ignorance. I know that I know nothing, he famously said. Now, imagine Socrates waking up in the 21st century. Smartphones everywhere, people glued to screens, constant streams of news, arguments on social media, endless entertainment. What would he do? The first thing he would probably ask is, are you living an examined life? Socrates would see modern society as a place where people often accept information without questioning, where appearances matter more than truth, where winning an argument is sometimes more important than seeking wisdom. He would start asking uncomfortable questions, just as he did in Athens. Why do you value fame? Why do you seek wealth? Are you truly happy? Do you understand what justice means, or freedom, or love? In Athens, Socrates was known for exposing the ignorance of those who thought they knew everything. In modern life, he would likely turn his attention to influencers, politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Not to attack them, but to question them, to peel back the layers of image and rhetoric and expose what lies beneath. He would challenge the experts, not out of disrespect, but because he believed no one should escape critical examination, not even himself. One of the tools Socrates used was the Socratic method, a way of questioning that leads someone to realize the contradictions in their beliefs. In today's terms, he would probably engage in dialogues that feel uncomfortable but necessary. If someone claimed that happiness comes from success, he would ask, what is success? Is it money, recognition, power? Can you have all these things and still be miserable? Can someone be unknown, poor, and yet profoundly happy? If a person said that freedom is the highest value, Socrates would ask, what is freedom? Is it merely doing whatever one wants? Or is it living according to reason and virtue? Are we truly free when we are slaves to our desires, our anxieties, our need for approval? Socrates would find plenty to question in the modern obsession with self-image. In his time, he already criticized the sophists, who taught rhetoric to make weak arguments appear strong. Today, he would see many people crafting digital personas, carefully edited to show only success, beauty, and happiness. He would ask, is this truly who you are? Or is it a mask you wear to impress others? And most importantly, have you examined why you feel the need to do so? He would also be deeply concerned about how technology affects thinking. Socrates himself was skeptical of writing because he believed it could weaken memory and real understanding. How much more skeptical would he be of society that relies heavily on quick answers from search engines, where complex problems are reduced to tweets and memes? He would likely warn that information is not the same as wisdom. Having access to infinite facts does not mean one understands them or lives according to them. True wisdom, for Socrates, comes from deeply engaging with ideas, from conversation, from introspection. In terms of ethics, Socrates would challenge the moral relativism of today, the idea that there is no objective right or wrong. He insisted that virtue is not just a social convention, but something real and knowable through reason. He would push us to ask, what is the nature of good? Is justice simply the interest of the stronger? Is morality just about personal preference? Or is there a deeper reality we are called to live by? Importantly, Socrates would not impose his answers. He rarely offered direct teachings. Instead, he believed that each person must discover truth through dialogue, reflection, and persistent questioning. He would not tell us what to think, but would relentlessly ask us to think for ourselves. What about politics? Socrates was famously indifferent to the political factions of his time. He served Athens when duty called, but did not align with any party. He distrusted mass opinion and mob mentality. He might view today's political climate, with its fierce partisanship and tribalism, as deeply unhealthy. He would ask whether our political commitments are based on genuine understanding of justice and the common good, or simply loyalty to a group identity. He would challenge both sides of any debate, seeking not to win but to uncover truth. For Socrates, truth was more important than victory. Integrity was more important than popularity. Living rightly was more important than living comfortably. And when it comes to personal life, Socrates would emphasize self-knowledge above all. He would ask each of us, who are you? What do you love? What do you fear? What assumptions govern your life? Are you living according to reason, or are you drifting without reflection? He would probably see modern people as busy, but not necessarily purposeful. He would warn against the distraction of constant activity without true direction. Busyness is not the same as meaning. Doing more is not the same as living better. Socrates' final teaching, delivered through his trial and death, was perhaps his most powerful. Facing execution for corrupting the youth and impiety, he accepted his fate calmly, refusing to compromise his principles. He showed that a life committed to truth and virtue is worth more than life itself. In a world that often prizes comfort, entertainment, and success, Socrates will remind us that the examined life, the life of reflection, of moral courage, of philosophical inquiry, is still the life most worth living. In the end, Socrates would not condemn modern life outright. He would not idealize the past or demonize the present. But he would call us back to the essential task that transcends every era: to know ourselves, to question what we believe, and to live not by habit or fashion, but by reason and virtue.